Hello, Spider47 here, and today we shall start an EU4 campaign as the Hansa. This is patch 1.6.1. Now let's begin. So I'm going to go ahead and let everyone know this is going to be more of a slow start, just to kind of explain all the positions, everything that we're going to be doing, you know, step by step for anyone that's new to the game. So if you've played the game before and you're familiar with it, some of the first episodes might be kind of slow. I do apologize about that, but well, there have been many changes in 1.6.1, especially from the initial release of the game. So one of the focuses of this latest DLC, the Wealth of Nations DLC, was on merchant republics, which is what we are. Right here is the Hansa. Let's go right here to our diplomacy. Government, we are a merchant republic. We have the next election in 4 years. We have a 2-4-3 current ruler. We are part of the Holy Roman Empire. So that's over here. Shortcut R. The current electorates are Bohemia, Brandenburg, Cologne, Trier, the Palatinate, Mainz, and Austria is the current emperor. So, what to do first? Well, let's check our income. We are making just over 3 ducats. Alright. Our army maintenance is not relatively high, so let's leave that real quick. Army force limit, we have 8 of the 11. We have 2 units of cavalry and 6 infantry. Early part of the game, cavalry has shock, infantry does not, which means that I prefer cavalry units over, well, infantry. As a Western nation, however, you do want to pay attention. If you come right up here on the Western unit tech, it says that we'll have an insufficient support penalty if the amount of cavalry in the army is more than 50%. So anytime you enter a battle, as soon as you have more than 50% cavalry, you'll receive extra damage to your army. So you always want to send, focus, make sure you don't send extra cavalry into battles and pick up even more damage to your units. So, that said, let's go ahead and queue some units. We'll build 2, and then we'll build 1 more infantry unit. So you can see we're building 1 infantry, 2 cavalry, for a total of 3, which would put us at 11. We're down to 9 ducats. We could get some advisors as soon as we get the money. Stability cost modifier. They each have various things that they provide. The one thing that I focus right now is just the additional monarch point. We get 5 in administrative power, 6 in diplo power, and then 6 in military power. If you look at our diplo power, we are losing 1. We have 1 relationship too many. And as we can look right here on our diplomatic map mode, we start off with plenty of allies. Now, I will go ahead and send one of our 2 diplomats right up here. Go ahead and talk to Riga. And since they're so far away and they're not but 1 province big, we'll go ahead and dismiss them. We don't need them. Not interested in aiding an ally so far away. 3 units. They only have, what, 3 actual ships that they could lend us, so they're not going to be much help. Now, we do want 1 big ally right off the bat, so let's check the big ones. France is in a war. France also ends up having to deal with Burgundy quite often. So France, as nice as they would be later on in the game, maybe not right from the start. Let's check Austria. They are the emperor. And if I can be on their good side, then I can go ahead and eat a lot of these smaller 1 province miners in Northern Europe without being penalized. A lot of times what the emperor will do is if you take a province, they'll end up, you know, stating that you need to return the land and whatnot. It causes you to lose base tax and an increased revolt risk and whatnot. So by having them as my ally, I can avoid most of those issues. We have 24 positive and minus 35 negative reasons. So one of them is our army strength. We'll get 3 more. That might help a little bit. But we will go ahead and start improving relations. Now, where was France? How far off were we with them? Oh, we've got a little bit further to go. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll pay attention to France just to make sure how it goes. We have too few rivals. We need to have at least 3 rivals to get these new power projections. Now, due to the following factors, not enough rivals, we get -3 yearly, -1 is, I guess, the current one. I don't know of any negatives so far, like how this would affect you in the negative if you don't have enough rivals. But if you gain, you get a free leader without upkeep once you cross the 25 power point threshold, and then you get an additional monarch point in each category if you get over 50. Seeing as how we're going to have plenty of people around us that we can go after, Denmark, Pomerania, Brandenburg, even some of the smaller vassals, well, soon to be vassals or one province minors, then we'll have plenty of people. So let's go real quickly into our diplomacy screen again. We have no enemies at the moment. So if we look at the map, Denmark does not like us right away. Alright, so who do we want as rivals? Let's see. If you look at this list, it tells you their opinion of you. It tells you their army and navy strength as well. So we could easily go after Brunswick right here. Make them a rival. They don't like us. Denmark, however, is going to be a bigger rival. They'll be a rival for a while. As soon as we take over Mecklenburg, their province, they drop off this list and we lose any points that we've built up. So it's kind of be a little bit, let's pick at least 1 or 2 small ones and then fill the rest with big ones. So I definitely like Denmark on the list right off the bat. And then who do we want to go after next? Who would make a great target? Let's see, should we go after Brunswick? Take Hanover? Mecklenburg? They like us. Why don't we go after Saxe-Lauenburg? They're an easy one. We'll be able to eat them pretty quickly. And for our last one, let's see. Protect against Denmark, claim our rival's province. Well, we'll figure that out. We'll think about it. We'll see how some of these alliances end up playing out. So, with that all set, we cannot get an advisor at the moment. We will go ahead and select our trade fleet. I'm going to go ahead and name them. Trade. Alright. And we're going to send them to protect our trade node. Now this should increase our income level just slightly. And with that, I think we've got everything set. We'll probably drop 1 more of these allies to make room for Austria. Maybe we can get France in there as well. We'll see. And there we go. I'm going to boost it up to speed 2 for a second. Now, one of the important things that you have to do in EU4, whether it's a brand new patch or you just started the game, you want to come here to the menu and go to your message settings and turn every message on. And then as you come across them, turn off the ones that you don't really need to see. I personally like to see all my alliance notifications. I know Munster and Bremen. Okay, there we go. These are 2 nearby places. There you go. Brunswick and East Frisia. Austria has formed an alliance with Chair. They're a little bit further away, so I'm not interested, but I'm not going to go away. One of the things you do want to make sure is you want to pop up and pause some of the important ones, especially in single player, just because sometimes you're not going to be paying attention, or maybe you're off doing something else, or maybe, you know, you're looking at the province screen and all of a sudden, you know, war gets declared on you. Well, the game doesn't normally pause on events that you might think are important. So it's easier just to start the game off after a new patch has been updated or a new patch has been downloaded. Turn them all to on and then dismiss the ones you don't need. So we'll go ahead and get this log up here as well. Here we go. All right. And again, I apologize for anyone that's played the game many times before and already knows most of this. All right. Scotland is improving relations with us. So we'll dismiss that. England entered a military alliance with Austria. Looky here. This is going to be interesting. They'll end up fighting France quite a bit, so having both of these guys as allies may end up being more difficult than it is easy. Let's kind of move out. Bremen and Mecklenburg. So, Bremen has now allied themselves with Munster and Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg is one of those that I would love to be able to, well, take out. Claim as my own land. We're going to want to be able to take this and expand our territory. So one of the first ones I like to go for, and even the AI will usually go for, is Saxe-Lauenburg here. So we'll go ahead and claim this under missions and decision. We'll claim this mission, and we're going to claim their land. Now they are a rival. We do have a free diplomat at the moment. So we are going to come here and we are going to fabricate a claim. Now if you mouse over here, you'll see the aggressive expansion that we'll gain. We'll gain 18 with Brunswick, Holstein, Munster, and Saxe-Lauenburg. From there it goes down to 16 until all the way down at the bottom where you find Grenada, the Ottoman Empire, Crimea. All are going to get one aggressive expansion. Now why the Ottoman Empire or Grenada down here are going to be upset that I just fabricated a claim on my direct neighbor is still beyond me, but hey, I'm not the programmer for the game. Alright, let's go up one more speed. A lot of these notifications will fly by pretty quick. So, a trade embargo. Now, we are also going to embargo our rivals here shortly because it will help with our power projections. Our points up here. Unhappiness among the clergy. Conflict of opinion and interest over religious and secular matters between our government and our nation's religious authorities has upset the clergy. We can ignore their demands, lose 10 papal influence, and gain 10 prestige. Oh, we've got 4 prestige at the moment, and only 1 papal influence. Or we can gain 10 and lose 25. I'm not inclined to go negative on prestige. Not that it really causes that much problems, but, well, I'm not interested in it. Papal influence, on the other hand, I could care less about. So we're going to take the lose 10 papal influence and gain 10 prestige. France entered a military alliance with their new ally, Venice. Okay, again, this is where I want to pay attention. France is allied with Hungary and Venice. So France has some of the bigger opponents. And this is I'm going to go ahead and say that this is kind of to offset the Austria-England alliance. France won't be able just to declare on England and get all of their territories back in order to, after they win the 100 Years' War, which I don't see them not being able to do. But now they're actually going to have to fight on the mainland as well, so it's not going to be as easy for them. Alright. Denmark has sent a warning to Saxe-Lauenburg. Alright, so we are actually going to go ahead and pull our diplomat back for just a second, because we're going to need him. Now, we're going to come here. We have 5 transport ships. You can push the V button, or you can just click up here. It separates them out. And we're going to go ahead and send them right here. We're going to pick up this infantry unit. We're going to consolidate our units. Now, we are claiming land right here. Now, they've managed to ally themselves with Oldenburg, our ally, and Pomerania. Now, Pomerania likes us at the moment. So we'll see. Denmark is getting very aggressive here. They're not going to want anybody to expand. Our diplomat is free, so we're going to go ahead and send them a warning. There we go. You're warning all of us. I'm not going to have you warn me. Alright. Our diplomat has returned. This is one of the ones that you definitely want on. As soon as they come back, you want to be able to send them off on something else. So, we just sent a warning to Denmark. And let's see. Do we want to do anything else? Do we want to drop somebody? Who do we want to attack? They have Mecklenburg and Stadt. We're probably going to want to attack Sachsen-Lauenburg. And still don't know who I want as my third. Now, we do have them, so we are going to go ahead and issue an embargo. There we go. Now, I don't need to know that we are embargoing them. That's kind of unimportant, so I'll go ahead and just leave that in the log. Alright. There we go. Do we have a free military leader that we can take? Let's see, we're at 16 army traditions, so we're not going to get that great of one. And if we wait just a little bit longer, it's not going to make that big of a difference, really. Highlight, select A, or push this button. They'll be attached. We're going to send this unit over here. And this is where I would love to just be able to march through our lands. Highlight again, G for group, or I'll split them apart for a second. Select this unit, highlight both, you can combine them up here. A to attach, and let's send them back to here. Now, because Denmark is my neighbor, and they are my biggest opponent at the moment, my biggest rival, since they sit right up here, I would rather just have to deal with Holstein than all of Denmark. So by setting my navy right here, my 6 galleys, I can effectively blockade the Danes from coming into my land if they decide to attack me. Now, that said, if they move their army right here before they launch the war, then this is all for naught. But again, I'll at least keep the Swedes from coming and the Norwegians from marching down. I'll make them go the long route. Now, as you can see, Denmark is building a fleet. They're building a trade ship here, and they're building a galley here. It seems all that they're going to be building. Alright. So, this unit's coming back. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We did send an embargo there. It should have been a year now, or not a year, a month. We will now issue an embargo on Denmark. Alright. Now, let's get back down over here and improve relations with Austria. Where are we with them? Getting closer. Not quite there yet. Alright. So we have our 11 units here now. As you can see, we take attrition on the boat ride. And, well, I think I'm going to call the episode here. We'll continue on in the next episode. And hopefully we'll be able to start our first war as soon as we fabricate this claim. As it is right now, we should be able to take them. We will lose that additional ally right here, but that's fine. Not really too interested. Like I said, we're going to need to make room for Austria as soon as we improve relations with them. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.